Hey, IDS 302. Welcome to Module 4, Video 2. Um, Lucky for you, I was halfway through the first try at this and got a call from a doctor's office. I say lucky for you because I got off topic too many times. Let's just move forward, huh? Okay, so a little housekeeping as usual. Number one, I am not firm on the videos. Depends on a lot of things, how I feel, where we're at in the course, what's going on. Remember that there is no late Easter eggs. You send them to me? Well, you send them to me. There's that yard. There it is. You send them to me when you send them to me, and I give you the points. So I know I have the 18th up there now. A couple of days ago, I had the 17th, 16th. I don't know. Um, but here we are. Okay. So there's this video and there's going to be two more, one for module 5 video 1, module 5 video 2. I'll look at the dates I have on those and try to follow through on that. This course ends on Friday, December 4th at 11:59 p.m. You're going to hear me say that a lot because I have to, because it really helps me to avoid the uncomfortable position of getting something submitted at 12:01 on December 5th. I can't accept it. I won't accept it. In fact, you probably can't even submit it because it'll shut off, right? So it's going to be up to you not to have to ask me on Saturday the 5th, hey, can I still send you this? Or here, I walked away and my computer crashed. I didn't know it. Here's my paper. I'm not going to do it. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. It's 11:59 p.m. So, uh, if you notice, there's been a lot of kind of open time. This course isn't as compressed as it was when it started. I did that intentionally, as I explained, because step 4 and 5, final paper, I want you to have the time to do it. Now, that time should be reflective in the quality of the work, right? I mean, as we started off, any Google search or whatever to ask about how many hours you need to put into a 3-credit undergraduate college course, you'll find out it's typically about 130 hours a semester for a three credit course. So that's what's wrong with me. Huh. So on a 15-week course, 130 hours would be about 8 hours a week, 9 hours a week. In fact, I think it is 9 hours a week, 135 hours. So because you figure you got an hour, 3 hours of classes, and then 6 hours of work, 9 hours. The reason I'm saying that is because in a half semester course, it doesn't cut it in half, it doubles it. So 18 hours a week is what it really takes in this course to be really successful. Now, of course, that's a round number estimate. Most of you probably won't put in 18 hours a week on it, right? Stop laughing. But the point is that if you wait till the last day to do the work, because that's the day it's due, and if it comes out you don't score as high as you thought you would, that's reflective of the work you're turning in. It's not reflective of academic rigor, okay, of good scholarship, okay? Just because I'm not assigning you every day or every other day or every 3 days doesn't mean that there's work to be done. Doesn't mean there's no work to be done on your papers. And when you wait till the last day for whatever, a paper, a discussion board, what have you, and it's late, I'm going to ding it because you have a lot of time. I'm not judging how you do with your time. If you want to wait till the last day to do stuff, then own it for however it turns out. I understand. We all have multiple classes. We all have things going on. We all have, you know, issues with the quarantine and such. So I just want to emphasize that there is work to be done in the course. So I sound like a parrot now. I know it sucks. Not a parrot, a parent. Okay, so yeah, let's go with Easter egg number 1 is a little sentence. December 4th is the last day that work is accepted. Okay, got that? All right, so your surveys, you're going to be posting them. I hope the Google survey is working out well. And if you're doing a SurveyMonkey and it's working. That's fine also. You're going to post your surveys on a discussion board. And then I was thinking about this. I'd like everybody to do everybody's survey. By saying that, not everybody's going to do everybody's survey, but hopefully you'll do some surveys. At least do 10. If everybody just did 10 of somebody's, hopefully that would spread out naturally. Um, if you need, if it's like getting to, Thanksgiving weekend and you just got no responses, let me know and I'll fire out an announcement. Tell people to get in there and work on your survey. Okay. It's good to have results. It's good to have a range of results though too. So don't forget your relatives, friends, people, random people that you can ask that have different views than an ASU student. Because at the end of the day, I do not want to see in your analysis that the survey was sent to various undergrad students at Arizona State University. People do that. And remember, the whole thing is random adults. You're not, this research isn't on ASU students, okay? So let me know, but participate in the surveys. They each take, God, a couple minutes, not bad at all. I will take your surveys. I will score it per the discussion board. If I critique it in any way, you shouldn't change it unless you think that you can wipe out everything you did and repost it and change it, then fine. I mean, very, very rarely I might say, quick, change it, get out of this. But typically just take your hit, do your survey, get your results. Okay. Also, what was I going to say about surveys? If you, excuse me, I'm trying to sleep well. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, yeah, I mean, you can post in your discussion board if you don't want participation of your survey. That might work. I don't know if you don't, right? Okay, so what I wanted to mention though, on side note, is about these vaccines now we're hearing more about, right? The vaccine that are coming out from Pfizer and I can forget the other one, but Moderna maybe, I don't know. Very good news. Sounds like 90 to 95% efficacy, which is really going to be, change our world. And hopefully by next year at this time, we'll be looking at a little more normalcy, hopefully. But I wanted to mention about that is, of course, these have to go through research stages, right? They've got to develop their testing group and placebos and people that actually get it. And they got to measure so many things. And it's very intense research. And it's got to take time. It has to, right? Even after they get it approved, they're going to be watching long term on their first subjects to see if anything develops. Right now, it sounds good, looks good. But I have read of some scientists, some epidemiologists, who say this is all great. We like it and everything like that. We're all waiting to see the research. We're waiting to see the research. See how they're, even at that point, they're being very careful, waiting to see the research. Okay. It's got to go through some peer reviews yet. Okay. But it's very hopeful. Okay. And I'm just saying again, to be a critical thinker, to be a good interdisciplinarian, to be someone who is a good consumer of knowledge, we take it for what it's worth, and then we don't overpromise and underdeliver. Okay. So all right. So now the last two steps of your paper, final paper coming up. Step 4 and step 5. Let's do Easter egg number 2 first, and let's call it Easter egg 2 is this course ends at 11:59 p.m. on 12/4. Okay, you got that right. You can detect a theme there, right? I'm trying to get something across, right? Okay, so your step 4 paper on the instructions there, I was pretty clear about. Step 4 is to critically analyze common disciplinary insights and patterns of connection. But there are also patterns of conflict. This is where this is an excellent source, and I'm going to be able to tell if you referred to this when you get into it, because as you can see, on the page that I reference, we've got encountering conflict, reconciling conflict, and the interdisciplinary research process on page 33. Those are golden for what you're doing because you're doing the Tanner model, and here's Tanner, right? So I'd like you to reflect on the text as you're writing your paper and be show academic rigor, show that you're not just trying to spot words on the paper, you're actually doing something. Okay, when I write areas of disciplinary connection and conflict, it's not so much disciplinary conflict, although it can be definitely disciplinary conflict, but it's also the conflict you'll read about here in identifying conflict. Okay, so if you're doing Black Lives Matter, for instance, a conflict you might run into is the fact that you are invested in Black Lives Matter, you're very supportive of it, but now you've got to kind of understand that some people aren't. And so you got to look and see that that's a conflict, and how are you going to resolve that? Your own bias. I'm right and that's it. You can be right, but you can understand. I'm not saying accept, but I'm saying what are some of the criteria and dynamics of those who would dismiss Black Lives Matter as something other than a civil rights movement, and then go from there. Okay, I'm not telling you accept those things, okay, or agree with them. I'm telling you have to acknowledge them, though. All right. Um, Look at the sample paper again. It's a good one, and this is 125 points. Remember your formatting. Remember, we're back to the citations and that. Remember that anything you put in that step 3 annotated bibliography, I expect it to be used in the paper. If it already has or whatever, I expect it to be used. There's a reason you do an annotated bibliography, because you're finding sources to help inform your study, to support it, to challenge it, to go against it, to back it up, what have you. But it should be in there, cited somehow, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, formatting again. You guys are getting really good at it, so not a lot I got to say about it. Always take a look at your paper when you're done with it, though. Is all the black fonts the same black font? Because there's this doggone gray black font that jumps out at me when I look at the papers. It's 90 again here. What is going on, man? All right, so that's step 4, and the step 4 paper is due on the 24th, so 6 days from today. That's next Tuesday. And then we're heading into module 5, the final module, where you're going to be putting it all together. It's a lot of work. It should be. It should be rewarding. I'm going to expect a lot. Okay. If you just blow it off to brevity, you get dinged. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not judging you. You do what you got to do. Okay. But I'm saying, remember that Easter egg. Doing the minimum equals a C. Okay. So if you do the minimum discussion board, you're getting the C grade. You're getting the 70% or there accordingly. Okay. Minimum doesn't mean I did the minimum, I'm getting an A. Something wrong with minimum equals A, right? Because then what about people that go beyond the superior ones? Don't try for mediocrity, right? Where does that get you? All right. So, but okay, there's nothing wrong with mediocrity either. I've been quite mediocre most of my life. All right, you guys and gals, let's see if we should just wrap this baby up before it hits 15 minutes. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, if I don't score your Easter eggs, let me know. If I give you a 0 on your Easter eggs, it's either to call your attention to it that I don't have it. Maybe you should get a hold of me if you did it, or you can still do it. But a 0, I like to keep the grades pushing ahead so you can see, because probably after module 5 video 1, I'll talk about switching percentage to points on the grade. I think that's how you see it. Then you'll see it the way I decide, and I'm going to put it as points so that you can get an idea how much you need to get to 900A, 800B, 700C, right? All right. Questions, comments, concerns? I think we got this. I think we're on a good cruise control. I'll talk to you again down the road. I got a CAT scan on Tuesday, and then hope the results. I thought I could get them next weekend, and it's Thanksgiving. I'm so bummed out. Have a good one. Easter egg number 3. I know when this class ends. so I can hold it against you later, right? Forks up. Peace.